working on the squat because she is a long distance runner. The more power she has in her legs and trunk is going to make her run faster. This type of the deep squat includes the core, but it's isolating the quads, the butt, and the hamstrings. But all athletes should use this type of exercise and learning squat techniques because it provides more power in their legs. The athlete I chose to participate in is stretching her quads right now because the squat focuses on stretching your quads and isolates them. Now she's stretching, you stretch both sides for a 10 to 15 second static stretch hold. She's gonna stretch her calves next. And the easiest way to stretch your calf is to put it up against a wall or a bar and push your weight into it. And she's gonna stretch that for another 10 to 15 seconds with a static stretch. You're gonna make sure you do both sides so you have an equal stretch. She's now gonna stretch her hamstrings. Put it up there. You can do this by yourself or you can do a passive stretch. It's easier to do it by yourself. You can pull your toe closer to you so it elongates the muscle. Again, you make sure you do both sides so you have an equal stretch. The next stretch she's going to do is the groin stretch. You can do that by doing a butterfly. Putting your feet together, it's going to stretch your groin. Again, you can do this passive or active. And it's a 10 to 15 second hold with a static stretch. The last stretch we're going to do is stretching the butt. And the easiest way to do that works is to put one of your legs over and pull your calf closer to you. And again, make sure we're doing both sides and hold 10-15 seconds with a static stretch. The exercise I chose is a squat. The grip should be irregular, but not too wide and not too narrow. The hand should be pronated. When the athlete is going into the squat position, you want to make sure her knees don't buckle in. And you want to make sure that her heels stay on the floor. And lastly, when watching a squat, you want to make sure the logo on her shirt stays upright, making sure that her chest stays up. For progressions, you can put on more weights. So if your athlete is trying to build muscle in her quads, you want to do like 3 sets of 10, and once you start putting on more weight, you lower the sets and reps. So 3 sets of 6 if you're adding weight. And for another progression, you can just include more sets and reps and add more weight. The third progression we have is the FMS deep squat. I don't have the FMS tools right now, but if we did, we would use them. And making sure you're having the athlete get into the deep squat, making sure you're getting the butt as close to the ground as you can. watching with this, you want to make sure her knees don't buckle in, her heels stay on the floor, and her chest stays upright. The fourth progression is another FMS tool. It's the inline lunge, and usually you would have them on the FMS tools, but I don't have them with me. And this type of progression is going to help her get more mobility in her hip flexors and legs. And again, making sure that both the knee doesn't buckle forward, her chest stays upright, and her heel on the foot that's planted stays on the floor. The last progression I'm going to use is the FMS shoulder mobility. Usually this would be done with the FMS tools, but I don't have them with me. And this, you're stretching all the shoulder muscles so that when she's using them for the deep squat, she doesn't like have closed shoulders. And she's going to switch arms. I got it. And you want to make sure you do both sides. Use a little tighter on that side. And again, it's working on the shoulder, but I was also working on this one. And you want to make sure she's adequately stretching